FC Bayern München. Wir singen, wir tanzen auf dem Fußballfeld. Ein Tor, ein Bayern. Super Bayern, Super Bayern, hey, hey. Super Bayern, hey, hey. What's up, Forkers? It's Matty Worldwide, and it is bite 3 of how to cook a steak. First, right off the top, straight off the head, I gotta apologize to you people. I really screwed up in bite 2. I left out the only thing some of y'all really might have came to see, and boy did I feel dumb when I published that and realized what I did. You know, the whole goal of this series is to bring cooking down to a level where anybody can understand it, you know? And what I do, I left off the temps and like a cool little picture to show you what that looks like. You know, so what a medium rare, what a rare is, what a this, that, and the other. And I forgot all that. So we're going to cut into that right now. And then we're going to get into a small business showcase. I'm going to tell you why I'm dressed like this. Let's have a good time. Right off the top we were chanting, so maybe you get it, man. So here we go. Let's talk about steak temperature.
Okay, let's get in and fix some mistakes. The first thing I need you guys to remember about temperatures is these things don't necessarily stick around for a long time. Depending on the thickness of your steak, you're only going to be in the well range or the rare range for a very brief period of time. So this is why I hammer home using that thermometer. That's why it was one of the tips. You know, it's when you're temping meat using a thermometer, pull it when it's closer to 125 than 130. Same goes for any temperature. Pull it at the beginning, less at the end. And that's basically the best way to get to where you need to be.
Whew. Glad I got that off my chest. I felt like such an idiot. You know, we're all human, right? We're all ordinary forks, and we're allowed to make mistakes. Cheers to that. Prost, mein Freundin. Fußball, soccer, footy, the beautiful game. Boy, is it back. The Bundesliga is here. Mia saying Mia, my heart. Bayern München. My God, today they play at 12:30. It's a Saturday. I know he's normally supposed to go on a Friday, but the Berlin Derby was yesterday in the Bundesliga, and your boy Matty probably had a little bit too much fun watching the game. I promised my mom I would not post videos intoxicated, and by God, I will honor that promise. So here we are. We're filming on Saturday. It's a big day here. Had a morning full of Bundesliga matches. Was watching the Dortmund-Wolfsburg match just a little bit ago. Nice to see Dortmund. The hated Dortmund, but, you know, I'm a fan of the sport, too, so it's kind of hard when you're not from there. My buddies, my boys, my hockey team members, I got a bunch of Bavarians I'm really close friends with. They're like brothers. So if I don't support FC Bayern München, they're going to have my tail. So here we are. Boom. Sports is back, baby. But most importantly, foosball is back. And your boys, can't be happier. Now I just need to get back over to England so I can start watching these Premier League games and get pumped for the Champions League. Woo, what a week. We've been talking about steaks, kids, forkers, yinzers. Man, I hope y'all picked up some tips. I got a bit of info from my wife. She said a friend watched a video to learn how to cook a steak, and by God, if that ain't what this is for, what I'm doing this for. So cheers to that. Prost to that, my friend. Let's go over some tips. Let's recap what we did. Let's get to a little business, and we'll finish with a little fun. How you feel about that, Yinzers? Boom, let's fly over to the tips.
This is the song that I sing when you're reading the tips for looking about how to cook a steak. Listen to the tips if you want to cook a good steak.
All right, way to recap on that information. You know, go back to bite 2 if you're looking to see it in action. If I had one of the tips that was the most important thing I can really hammer down on, well, God, they're all kind of important, really, if you want a good steak. If you want to make sure you get it to where you want it, a thermometer is always, man, that's going to be a real important one. crust is preference versus. So I would say, yeah, having a nice meat thermometer is probably the most important tip I can hammer down on, because, you know, it's going to get you the steak you want. If you want a rare steak, you can get it rare. If you want a medium rare steak, you can get it medium rare. Me, I like mine medium rare. People like them medium well, hell, even well, unfortunately. You know, it doesn't matter. I'm not here to judge you. How an ordinary fork eats their steak is how an ordinary fork eats their steak. And I think that's how I'm going to close up on that. You know, it's just remember them tips, follow the video, check them out, share it around, you know, if you know people that need a little help. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. That's what I'm here for. You'll find me on Reddit. You'll find me out on Instagram. I'll tag in posts at the close of this one. But you know, feel free to hit your boy Matty up anytime you got a question about meat. I'm happy to help. Update 2. Found a couple butchers, so I'm looking forward to getting some higher quality beef in my life here coming up. Big update number 2. I moved the office to the porch. Now that it's springtime here in Pennsylvania, I got pretty tired of sitting in a basement and doing videos from a porch from a little folding chair, so I figured move some equipment up. It'd make it more comfortable for me, maybe make an easier video for you, help me learn Adobe Premiere Pro so I can stop using this mobile app to edit these things. Maybe get a better product out for you. Anyway, cheers to that. So I'm sipping on this glass. Let me tell you what I'm sipping on, because we're going to get into some Small Business Saturday, I guess. Small Business Fridays a little late in the day. Missed that opportunity. So I right here, a young lady at Whole Foods. Where was I at? I was in Wexford dropping off the car for service, and I popped into Whole Foods because I know they probably had a pretty decent selection of local beers. And I was introduced to Hitchhiker. Hitchhiker Brewery's out of Pittsburgh, PA. And they do a hole punch series. She was explaining where they got one-offs, crazy one-offs, right? So I picked this one up. It's called Coconut Cream Pie. It is an India Pale Ale with coconut, milk sugar, and vanilla. Honest to God, everybody uses milk sugar and everything. Lactose or milk sugar, everything. These days, if you're looking at new beers, and I'm not, you know, looking for anything in particular like that, but I'll be damned if I don't want to try something new. It's not heavy on the coconut pie flavor. I actually like that. It's just a small hint. It doesn't taste like a dessert beer like some of them sweet beers that are coming out. It's not a bad beer. It's 7% alcohol. It won't knock you over with the content. I got a Hitchhiker IPA in the fridge too. It's a damn good beer. So I would thoroughly suggest that you know, if you're watching this video and you're looking for a different brewery, go check out Hitchhiker. They got some. They come in pints. Nice beer. Honest to God, it's, you know, this is something I might pick up a few times this summer if I can find it. All right, now we got a local restaurant to promote, right? Because, you know, we're all about food here in ordinary Forkland. And yesterday I went to a place called the Saxon Inn right here in Natrona Heights, Pennsylvania. I've been picking off these little spots in Natrona Heights left and right because I feel like we got some pretty good food around here. And this was no exception to that. They got one of the biggest and best fish sandwiches I have ever seen in the area. You know, truth be told, over in England, I do have access to some pretty decent fish and chips with the fish, which is really potatoes and fish. Don't try to figure it out, just enjoy the food, right? But they beer batter their fish fresh. It probably could have fed 3 people. I think the hoagie roll they put with it, God, I love them. It ain't gonna put it. You'd be falling all over the place. So it's probably one of those things you better eat with a fork and knife. But it was a nice fish sandwich. I got this hot Italian sausage hoagie coming with meat coming from Toma Meats, another local meat producer. The spice was just right, not too hot, had a little kick. The onions and peppers on it, the sauce. I honestly have not been a purveyor of Saxon food, of the Saxon Inn that often, for as long as I've lived here in Natrona Heights, or had the homestead in Natrona Heights. That's my mistake. I'm going to be going back. Kind of like when we found out Upper Deck down in Freeport. This is in the regular rotation. These places got some good food. You can tell it's made with love and quality, man. It's good stuff. So check out Saxon Inn in Natrona Heights, Pennsylvania. You got a great fish. I can vouch for their fish sandwich and their hot sausage hoagie, but I have a feeling, knowing restaurants the way that I do, they probably got a couple good things going on there too. As it is Memorial Day weekend, and I did touch on that in Bite 2, I will reiterate that It is a good time to celebrate the folks who have fought and died for our freedoms in this country. And I don't say that in any cynical way. I ain't trying to make no big political point. It's just nice to remember that we got a country where we have the option to choose from smaller businesses and smaller restaurants. And maybe not everybody has the opportunity to make those kinds of choices, because I do recognize that there are price points that people may not always be able to hit. But if you do have the capability and the ability to purvey your goods from a fine small business, restaurant, or otherwise, I suggest you do so, because these are your friends and relatives and people around you in your community. And, if you can't support those closest in your circle, I mean, my God, why go out there and support anything else? So, enjoy that freedom to make that choice. Go out, support the local community, support them local businesses. As I do about this time, I am going to wrap this up on Friday because I got a match to watch in about 10 minutes. Mia Zamia. So, check me out. Let me be thankful for you. You're here. You're watching. I appreciate you. I really do. This is not a cynical thing. This started off as something that I didn't think anyone watched, and here I am finding out little by little that people are watching. So I appreciate that. I think it's a cool thing, right? I'm trying to get a little bit more interaction. I want y'all to contact me. Let's bounce ideas. Let's chat it up on the YouTube or chat it up on the internet. You can find me on, Instagram, at that yinz. You'll see the thing on the screen. You can find me on Reddit at Ordinary Forks, 2 words. You can find me on Pinterest at that yinz. You can find my page on Facebook pages, Ordinary Forks. For this YouTube video, in order to get me where I want to be, I need you to please help me out. If you could click subscribe if you haven't already. Like the videos that you like. Maybe click a bell if you want reminders for it. But I need those numbers up. Right now we still got rookie numbers, and we need to get those numbers up. Oh. And share the video. I think that's something I've been asking a lot of people more often. If you find it to be helpful, if you find it to be entertaining, if you just want to make fun of a yinzer talking on camera, share the video. Spread the love, man. That's what we do. I'm a Pittsburgh boy by heart, and Pittsburgh supports Pittsburgh. So in honor of that gesture, support me. I'll support you. Hit me up. I'll push your stuff. That's another big thing for me. Supporting local artists is the same as supporting a small business. Anybody that's willing to put themselves out there is willing to at least get listened to for once, or get eaten at once. So if you got a song, if you got something new, if you got a beat you're trying to drop, man, I am all open, especially beats. I'm a hip-hop head. Throw it my way. I'll put it on the closing track. I'll put your name up in bright lights. I'll talk about you on Friday. So for episode 5, we're going to wrap this up. How to cook a steak. Hope you learned how to cook a steak. This is bite 3, small business support. It's your boy Matty Worldwide, enjoying a Hitchhiker. We're about to watch FC Bayern beat up on some cats. So, cheers, Prost, to you, to me, Mia Zamia. Catch yous next week, episode 6. Deuces, Yinzers.